Happy holidays to everybody at Team Night Saturn, and Tony here. I wish you all a lot of unconditional love, absolute prosperity, abundant hope, and perpetual joy in all of your lives. I am so thankful to have been a member of this reviewer group for nearly 7 years now, let alone over 7 years now, because it has been a group full of amazing people with unique interests and a wonderful sense of community, and basically people with wonderfully exciting tastes, whether it be in movies or in TV shows or even board games or music, let alone anything that is music and media or even literature related. I am so thankful, so blessed, and totally enthusiastic to be a part of Team Night Saturn. Here's also wishing everybody involved a whole lot of joy, love, excitement, and a whole lot of abundant blessings, not only for this current year, but also the next year to come. So, everybody at Team Night Saturn, I hope you all have the happiest holiday season ever. I hope you all have a lot of great unity with your folks, let alone your friends and family. I wish you a lot of joy and prosperity in everything that you do and that you've done thus far. Here's also hoping that whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or winter solstice, that your holiday season will be a great one. Take care and happy holidays.
Our story opens.
Just a second, Buster. Animation is my thing,
But it's a live action show.
but over half of it is animated. I call dibs.
Right, listen up, you refugees from a glue factory. This is my show, and I say enough! This show deals with magical forces, and I believe that is my purview. But let us not squabble like drunken orcs. I propose an arrangement. You deal with your material, you deal with yours, and I'll deal with the magical stuff. Agreed? That seems fair. Agreed.
Agreed.
Ha ha! Here's the problem. Too many toasters. You know what they say. All toasters toast toast.
And you know what I say? Memes galore!
His rendition of Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht was absolutely beautiful, and it was a truly phenomenal experience to listen to him singing this Christmas carol. And he also did a whole lot of justice to other popular Christmas carols, such as O du Fröhliche, Es ist ein Ros entsprungen, herbei, O ihr Gläubiger, in which you all know in English as O come all ye faithful. In Dulci Jubilo, leise rieselt der Schnee, in which he was able to use a lot of shading and nuance to make this Christmas carol absolutely lovely to listen to. And süßer die Glocken nicht klingen.
You can't even use your health items on him like you can Ashley in RE4. Besides, what did Enrique say earlier?
Lucas, he is just like me. I feel sorry for him. If he is still useful to us, let him live.
And assuming he's the only one who really knows how Salacia works, wouldn't they need him alive? Yet the damn guards are trying to kill him? What?
And the biggest question is, why the hell is Brett not screaming in absolute torturous agony every time he physically twists, distorts, and stretches into a goddamn car? What does he run on? Does he need regular oil and fuel? And if he does, what happens to those deadly fluids when he transforms back into his human form? Why does he transform into the car when he's hot and turn back into a human when he's cold? Why am I asking these questions? It's because the writers never did.
What?
Shadow, I am your father.
Damn you! No, it's not true!
That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No!
All of these Christmas carols that Herr Peter Schreier sang demonstrated excellence, great musicianship, a peerless technique, and a whole lot of great vocal focus that made him thoroughly shine, radiate, and is so worthy of emulation, especially for today's lyric tenors.
When the film was made, the concept of plate tectonics was still relatively new, so they couldn't have realized that rather than being essentially a giant gobstopper, the Earth is more like a series of plates floating on top of the magma. It does not, however, excuse the fact that at no point in the planning of this project did they consider simply tapping geothermal energy from a pre-existing source of magma. You know, volcanoes that exist pretty much all over the world and could be tapped quite easily without having to use a nuclear device to try to break through to the center of the gobstopper, which, by the way, as every scientist knows, is composed primarily of iron, nickel, and creamy nougat.
So Mikey's selflessness is definitely at an all-time high. It also makes me appreciate Mikey a lot more because on the first glance, you might think that he is a happy-go-lucky, jolly, and overly jovial individual who speaks in California surfer dude. But there's a lot more to Mikey than just his California surfer dude joviality. He is in fact a generous soul and someone who looks at the bright side of life and is someone who will stand up for what is right. And seeing Mikey still being his jovial, happy-go-lucky self while he's pursuing these criminals also makes me admire him a whole lot more because he is someone who is not this stone-cold badass who wants to beat you up. He just wants to do the right thing and do so with a lot of charisma, charm, and standing up for what is right, not only for his family, but the people that he considers to be his good friends.
That's right. We have platforming in a game that wasn't designed for it. It's too hard to judge distance. The camera doesn't always give the best angle, even when you can adjust it, and if you fall down, you have to go back up and try again while fighting two goons off. This is not challenging, this is really freaking cheap. Not to mention, you don't jump immediately, so you have to time everything perfectly. It's a swinging jump. Otherwise, you're gonna be swearing like a VGN.
Medals are also useful. They can make sure that your cadet gets for one medal upgraded to an ensign of any color. You can also upgrade one of your existing ensigns to become a different color. By paying 3 medals, you can upgrade an ensign to a commander. You simply put these white circles on them with a cool trick.
That was easy.
And his technique is what happens if platinum, titanium, and gold were to combine in an alloy to make a miraculous metal, thus solidifying Juha Uusitalo as an exceptional performer who managed to do justice to all of these wonderful Christmas carols.
The final mission has you go against Vince's personal bodyguard. 10 minutes to reach him and throw him off the platform. But you have to do more crappy platforming. That shows why a game like this shouldn't have it in the first place, you stupid sons of...
On top of that, her little moment with the Silver Sentry was a whole lot of fun, expositing that this was quite the fun ruse that she pulled off on Raph and Casey, and attempting to reward the Silver Sentry with her homemade double chocolate chip cookies. At first, the Silver Sentry politely refuses her reward. But in a really cute moment, he insists that he might as well have the cookies because he really likes them. And it also shows me right there that underneath all of that virility, muscle, and super strength is someone who is quite a jolly soul and someone who has a soft side to him that made me also love the Silver Sentry so much as a character.
Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure this is one of the instances here where basically after a momentum shift, I lost to, as BC Amplified describes it, the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Roll-Up. Seriously, it's cheap in the games just like it's cheap in real life. And just when you think you've won, by the way, Jordan and Heidenreich attack you both, and the match gets thrown out by their rule. That's right, the wrestlers say to throw the match out despite not being officials in a hardcore match where anything goes.
Even as I heard the March of the Three Kings, I already realized that this was the Farandole from Georges Bizet's L'Arlésienne Suite. And I thought that was a rather interesting tidbit when listening to this particular song, because this was one that got me thoroughly pumped and absolutely elated, all thanks to Signore Usitalo's exceptional vocal prowess.
And that is 2-player arcade mode.
Hey dudes, did someone say arcade mode?
Hold that thought, Hawks.
You will.
Wait, what's going on?
I was Hawks immune to mind tricks!
Whoa! What just happened?
I just saved you, Hawks.
From who?
Him!
You're going to pay for that, Fairly Odd Gamer.
Now if I can help it!
This is going to be fun. So, who won?
Yes.
I guess you both had the high ground.
Season's greetings, everybody. Coffee Lover 239 here, wishing you the very warmest and happiest of holidays. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Chanukah, Festivus, which doesn't even just have to be celebrated at this time specifically. It always seems to be celebrated year-round, no matter what. But I gotta include it anyways because long live Seinfeld. Hearts warming, or if you're like AVGN, happy shut the fuck up. Yeah, just happy whatever you celebrate, like I said. And this year was a pretty strong year, I feel, for me on the whole. I beat many games on my backlog, both on stream and off stream, even if some of them did try to break me and may be potential review candidates. I'm looking at you, Splatterhouse 2010. And I'm very happy with a lot of my videos and how they turned out. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I got a lot of good stuff done this year. I reviewed every major WWE GameCube game. I reviewed both of the Aki Ultimate Muscle games for the 6th generation and Rumble Roses. What can I say? I love wrestling games, and I got a whole lot more of those planned. I got my feet wet with Switch reviews in Cruise and Blast. I finally got to tackle the infamous Plumbers Don't Wear Ties thanks to the Definitive Edition re-release. I completed my magnum opus of reviews in, at least so far, in Death by Degrees, which I'm very happy with how that turned out, and that might just be my favorite review I've ever done, and also one of my favorite videos on the channel, aside from my Maximum Tune retrospective. I also reviewed every major narrative-driven Tony Hawk game in Underground, Underground 2, and American Wasteland. I reviewed the last of the Dead or Alive Extreme console games, again, on the Switch. Let's see. I also did review Tony Hawk's Project 8, which reviewing the narrative-driven ones was my reason for going building up so I could eventually tackle Project 8 proper, because I thought it would only be fair if I cover the 3 games that come before it and how it led to that point. I reviewed both of the Capcom GunCon 2 Gun Survivor games, at least the ones in North America that got released, Dino Stalker and Resident Evil Dead Aim, and I checked another notch in my Time Crisis belt when I reviewed Time Crisis 3. So I didn't get quite everything done I wanted to. There's still 2025. And with 2025 being my 10-year anniversary of doing reviews proper on YouTube, at least for game stuff, all I can say is stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. So, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy whatever you celebrate, and a Happy New Year. We will see you all in 2025. And, well, yeah, just stay wonderful, everybody, and we'll see you in 2025. Cheers. Now that's refreshing. See you all soon.